Next, I want to talk about rhetoric and what rhetoric means overall. By the way, we just finished talking about tone, and tone is an aspect of rhetoric for sure. So, but now we're going to look at three more widely known aspects of rhetoric, that being ethos, pathos, and logos. Okay, so first of all, a definition of rhetoric. Aristotle is the first person to coin the phrase rhetoric, and he developed the idea of ethos, pathos, logos. That's why it's Greek, and so he's really well known in the way of shaping what rhetoric is. So first of all, let's talk about ethos. Okay, ethos is all about credibility, or as I like to say, trust. Okay, ethos equals trust, and it just basically means you try to convince people by influencing them, or you try to influence people by convincing them that they should trust you. Okay, so Aristotle's saying that this is a key to persuasion. You have to be trusted first, and there's lots of examples of this. For instance, if you think about commercials, a lot of them use ethos in various ways. A celebrity spokesman, I mean, there's a reason why they get, you know, Michael Jordan or Brett Favre or someone who's really well known to talk about their product, because if you trust the person, you're likely to trust the product that they represent. Other examples of that, if you think about a commercial on toothpaste, if you think about what they're wearing in any commercial on toothpaste, they're going to be wearing white coats. Well, why is that? Well, because they want you to believe that they're doctors, and a doctor has trust automatically associated with them. So there's your ethos. So an interesting tidbit on ethos, though, it's not necessarily the like someone doesn't actually have to be have trust to have ethos. You just need to have the perception of trust, which is interesting to think about, anyways. And so it's just the perception of trust is what you'd be going for. Okay, next, pathos. Pathos is emotion. It's an emotional connection between the speaker and the audience concerning the topic. Now, there's two extremes of pathos. If you think about commercials, you think about the extremes of any commercial that's designed to make you sad. Okay, children starving, animals being abused. Those are the extremes of pathos on one side. Then you have the other side, which are the humor. Right? We think of Doritos or Old Spice, or you know most car insurance commercials try to use humor in some way. The idea is that you would attach an emotion with their product that makes a bond that it makes you more likely to purchase or to contribute or to do whatever they're asking you to do. Okay, uh, and then just a tidbit on pathos here. So the idea is that you would always try to establish positive emotion with you, negative emotion with your enemy or your enemy's position, or uh, the opposite of your position, anyways. And so by so doing, you're more like people are more likely to choose you than the alternative. And then last, logos, just logic. Okay, facts. So this is just stating I used evidence grounded in science to prove my point, my reasoning. Okay, and some things about that. If they don't follow, if your audience doesn't follow what you're saying, they're gonna lose you and they're gonna stop paying attention. So it's important that your arguments make logic sense. Okay, that everything follows a logical sequence and is understandable in that way. And so theoretically, if we follow Aristotle's theory that if we use ethos to establish trust, we use pathos to establish connection with the audience, and we use logos to logically sequence our arguments, we'll be convincing. Okay, so another interesting tidbit about this: Aristotle argued that really logos should be the most important of the three, but uh, he also admits actually that in fact pathos really is more effective than logos. And if you think about this, this is true. You're more likely to buy something because of how you feel than because of what you know. Okay, it's not the facts that are going to convince you. It's more of the emotional attachment to it.